This marks the 14th part of this manhwa. If you haven't viewed the previous parts, you can access it by clicking the I button located above, or the link is provided in description. Let's aim for 200 likes on today's video. To show your support, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's begin our recap video for today's manhwa. Plank continued by saying he finally got to meet the capital's busiest hero. He has been wanting to meet him for a while, but you've been busy. He heard he was participating in the ceremony, so he came here to meet him. He felt like it'd be his only chance to meet him. Raul think he came to see him on purpose. What does he want? The capital's guard captain said that most of the financial department was associated with Randall. He won't be any different, and he came to see him personally. He isn't gonna do something like that just to say hello. Is he trying to figure out what he is up to? He chuckled and stated the capital's hero? That's an exaggeration, Viscount Plank. He did what any noble of the kingdom must do, and his knight's work. Yet, he remains so humble. He is as remarkable a person as he did heard. He will be a role model for the other knights. Raul stated all thanks to the financial department taking care of the kingdom's treasury. Knights can only function with the financial department's help. Plank replied he flatter him, and think this guy, he's more clever than he did thought. He knows the financial department is hostile towards him considering his relationship with Randall, yet he's acting like this in front of him. He understands why everyone struggled with this kid. Raul asked he do have one question to ask him. Plank asked what is it? Raul stated he heard the financial department had banned the first knight from entering the gate. Do he by any chance know anything about this? That shocked Plank, and he think he's going to ask him that to his face? He's not trying to play a fool in front of him, or is he trying to say that he has evidence to consider the financial department his enemy? Not so easy. And Plank stated this is his first time hearing about that. That must be a false rumor. There's no reason for the financial department to be involved in such matters. Raul replied he is right. Then Plank asked by the way, did he find anything about the Empire's soldiers that had ambushed them at the gate? Raul said about that, they were well prepared for every possibility. Plank remarked it must be just a taunt like the previous instance. They can't consider it as an actual invasion. Raul stated really, but they ventured pretty deep and they came so easily. It's almost like there's someone secretly talking to them from inside the kingdom. Then he chuckled and added it's just his assumption. There's no way it's real, right? Plank remarked as expected. He see why people call him the protector of Turium. It was worth coming here to meet him. He will take his leave now. He hoped President Gray finds something useful from the captives. Raul stated that's strange. It's top secret that President Gray is in charge of the captives. Then he guessed the financial department knows a lot. Plank responded by saying of course, they are in charge of an important part of the kingdom. That was a fun conversation. He hoped to see him again in the future. And he think Raul Ashton, he is way beyond his expectations, not bad. He will have fun destroying him. However, Raul think he chose the wrong person to mess with. Trash talking was the most important part of being a Connect player. He is not sure how he's related to the Empire yet, but he'll be putting more pressure on them more from now. Let try him, they won't back down. At the moment someone from the crowd is spying on him. The person was Faceless of Information Guild. Then the person announced the guidance competition will begin soon. All participants, please gather at the lobby. Jake with a smile remarked it's time. He has been waiting for this. Raul note he seemed excited about this even though he was complaining about its necessity not long ago. Jake replied it feels different now that he is here in person. Raul stated there's deeper meaning to this ceremony for them than it seems. This will be their opportunity to show them who they are. All of you probably notice, but they are already hostile towards them. That's all part of his plan, but something is missing. It's fear. Their goal is to make them fear them. Respect comes from fear. Make sure they engrave into their heads what First Knight is capable of. They all responded by saying yes sir, and Raul turned to Philip and asked can he take it over from here? He will watch from the seat. And Philip agreed on that. As they moved towards the lobby, Jake remarked he swear to God, if any of you guys lose, they are going straight to hell. Philip added that applies to him, too. Don't underestimate them and focus. Raul think he don't have to worry about them anymore. Let's trust them and let them be. Let's take care of that. As he noticed Faceless leaving. Faceless immediately enters narrow back alley street, but he becomes surprised as Raul stand in front of him, asking did he get everything he needed? He don't know why he is hiding his presence and doing this, but if he have a question, he can always ask him. Faceless think he didn't sense him at all, and asked when did he find out. Raul replied to be honest, he almost didn't. His presence was hard to find. As expected of the captain of the best information guild in the kingdom, Wing of Freedom, detecting the presence of a faceless is not easy. He stated, let's stop playing hide and seek. Why don't they have some real talk now? Raul stated he would get straight to the point. Why are the Wing of Freedom following him? He would prefer to resolve this without conflict. He doesn't want to use force in public. Faceless asked, do he know what it means for a member of the Information Guild to talk? Raul noted he does, but he doesn't think he has a choice here. For the guild master of Wing of Freedom to be out working by himself, that probably means there's a problem inside their guild? Faceless think he already figured that out. Raul Ashton, he is as sharp as the rumors suggest. He took off his hoodie and remarked, there's no point in being stubborn here. He will talk. He is right. He is the guild master of Wing of Freedom. He is also known as Faceless. Raul exclaimed he likes how he understood his situation quickly. Now, can he tell him why he was following him? Faceless remarked before he explained, he wants to resolve the misunderstanding here. He has followed and investigated him, but that's not what he was here to do today. The man he just met, Jerry D. Plank, if he is right, that man is way more dangerous than he think. However, in the arena, Jake skillfully outmaneuvers the knight, leaving the crowd in awe as they erupt into cheers. Incredible! Jake, the undefeated knight, triumphs once more. How many victories in a row is that now? They're surpassing all the renowned knights. The knight thought, what a monster. How is he moving so fast with that ginormous sword? Jake asked, is he not going to surrender? If he wants to continue with bare hands, he is down for it. Then the knight admitted his loss, and the referee announced, victory goes to the first knight. Pierce remarked he's growing egotistic again. He needs someone to humble him. But Josh was excited about Jake's win. Philip think young master is late. He was the one who kept emphasizing how important the ceremony is. Did something happen? Outside, Raul asked Viscount Plank. He's someone the Information Guild is wary of. Faceless remarked, whatever he may have imagined, he's beyond that. If he is right, they are a big threat to the entire kingdom. Raul asked, what does he mean by they? Faceless explained, Imperial Hound. Have he heard of that name before? Raul stated, Cronin Empire's Special Intelligence Unit. A unit that's also called a myth since there is no information about them at all. Faceless remarked, he is right. It'll be easier to explain since he know about them. Recently, many small guilds were raided one after another. However, since there was no evidence left at the site, the investigation went nowhere. This is known as a guild hunt between information guilds. Raul asked, do he suspect that the Imperial Hound do that? Faceless remarked, he is not suspecting, he is certain. They, the Wing of Freedom, became their target and faced them. Raul asked, what does that have to do with Viscount Plank? Faceless remarked, this one is just an assumption. He think many nobles of the kingdom are secretly cooperating with the Empire. Raul asked, he think one of them is Financial Director Plank? Faceless exclaimed, yes. There are many allegations against the financial department. Close connection with many families related to the capital's safety, indirect intervention when the gates appeared, and them trying to ban the first knight from entering the gates. These actions are all hard to understand, stopping the knighthood that did the most during the gate incident from entering the gates. Right after that, the party that went to investigate the gate was ambushed. Families that are close to the financial department didn't do anything about it. Moreover, ever since they found out that Imperial Hound was behind the ambush, the financial department has been trying to keep it quiet. Considering all this, it's safe to assume that if someone is cooperating with the Empire, that person is likely a part of the financial department. Raul think as expected of the master of the Information Guild. He knows a lot. Faceless added, but they cannot be certain that the mole is in the financial department. It could be someone very random who one could have guessed. Maybe even the master of the first knight, Raul Ashton, could be that person too. Raul stated that's funny, and asked why does he think that? Faceless explained the first knight came out of nowhere, and showed remarkable performance in a short time. He bet everyone in the capital knows their name now. The pivotal moment came with the emergence of the gate. No one was ready for this unprecedented incident, except the first knight. The first knight seemed to know everything, starting from the layout of the gate to information about the monsters and how to kill them. It's almost like they knew what was going to happen. Raul think nice, he passed the test. And he stated wreaking havoc on purpose and stopping it to earn the public's fame. It's very risky, but quite effective. He gets why he is suspicious. He guessed it'd be better to show him than trying to explain everything one by one. Faceless asked show him, but what? Raul stated join their knighthood. Then he will find out if he is holding the Empire's hand or its throat. Faceless asked is he asking him to join his knighthood? He think there's a misunderstanding here. He think he is one of the suspects. Raul stated doubt him as much as he wants. He can decide for himself while he stand right next to him. Wing of Freedom is gone now, and he also happens to be in need of some good informants. He think it's a win-win situation. Faceless looked towards the arena and asked, is he sure he can stay out for this long? He thought this ceremony was important for him and his knights. Raul stated for now, this is more important. Faceless remarked his men are fighting to be recognized as official knights. He think he is being too negligent as their master. Raul stated it's because he trusts them. He being there doesn't matter because they will win anyway. Faceless added the ceremony has renowned knights from all over the kingdom participating. He think he may be taking it a bit too easy. Raul replied he knows it won't be easy for them, but he trusts them. They've fought alongside him multiple times. There's no way they'll lose. Faceless think he trusts his men that much? Then he exclaimed, okay, he will cooperate with the first knight. He will consider officially joining the knighthood after some time. Raul stated he made the right choice. Faceless put the hoodie on and remarked then he will see him again next time. He doesn't like to stay in one place for too long. Raul said he will be waiting for him, Faceless. He replied just call him Cain, his master, and he left. Raul think things went well. He needed a skilled informant for which he ended up getting the master of Wing of Freedom on his side. He hoped they understand his absence since he had a little more important thing to do. But he can't be a no-show throughout the entirety of the ceremony. Let's see how they're doing. In the arena, Randall's knight wins against another knight, and people begin talking excitedly about Randall's victory. And they won with the shooting star move once more. They're hyped up about Randall's victory and see the ceremony as a showdown between Randall and the first knight. Meanwhile, Jake asked, why are they so aggressive? Isn't that too much? Philip remarked it's because of us. They are trying to make a good impression. Pierce asked only they and Randall are left undefeated? They haven't gone up against them yet. Are they avoiding them on purpose? Homer remarked probably not. The opponents are paired randomly. Jake stated Randall is already aggressive enough. They'll fight for real against them. He then asked Josh, how are you feeling? Does he think he can do it? In that moment, Raul came and stated he has to. It'll be a problem if he can't. Josh exclaimed he is here, master. Raul stated is he his opponent? Randall's so-called genius, the 10th son, Roy D. Randall. It won't be easy, but it's still winnable. They are probably happy right now. Their first opponent is a newbie who used to be a peasant. Prove them wrong with his skill. Josh stated yes, master, and moved forward. Homer asked is he sure about this? Randall will actually try to kill him. Raul stated don't worry. He won't lose even if he wants to. Roy and Josh stood face to face, ready to confront each other, while the crowd discussed the match. Roy chuckled and remarked he thought he was finally going up against the first knight. He didn't know he did have to fight against some peasant. He has lost interest already. He will shut him down in one move, kid. Meanwhile, Josh thought to himself, he's a noble from one of the 5 renowned families. He'll be stronger than any enemy he has ever fought against. But he can't give up. He is no longer a peasant or a mercenary. He is one of the first knights. He can't lose for his master and the rest of the first knights. With determination, he took a defensive stance. Roy rushes forward and launches a sword attack that Josh blocks successfully. Observing Josh's skill, Roy remarks he guesses he can track his sword. He rushes towards Josh again, exclaiming how about this? However, Josh easily blocks this attack as well. Angered by Josh's defense, he throws numerous sword attacks, but Josh blocks each one with ease. Frustrated, Roy exclaims he is damn peasant. Once more, he charges forward to attack, but Josh thrusts his leg forward catching Roy's leg and causing him to fall to the ground. Roy grew even angrier, but Josh thought is this all he's got? He can anticipate every move he makes. He doesn't even feel threatened. If that's all he has, he can definitely win. The spectators erupted in shouts, with one exclaiming did they see that? The Randall kid can't do anything. Another questioned is he sure he was a mercenary? He's experienced. Roy stated angrily how dare he, a peasant, embarrass him. Josh retorted embarrass? He didn't think he had to care about his feelings right now. Does he want him to match his mood or something? Roy, growing increasingly frustrated, asked does he know who he is? Josh responded firmly that's weird. He had heard that every knight participating in this ceremony was going to be treated equally. This might be a mock battle, but it's still quite real. There's no time for us to care about our opponents or show manners. Arguing over being a noble or a peasant doesn't make sense in the first place. There's only the stronger and the weaker here. As Roy rushed forward in anger, shouting, "You bastard, shut up!" Josh effortlessly blocked his attack. Meanwhile, Jay commented he thought he was supposed to be a rookie, but he's nothing. Philip replied no, he is considered highly skilled by the Randall. Raul added, "Thing is, Josh is just overwhelmingly stronger than him, that's it." Homer remarked he knew Josh was talented, but this is way beyond what he did expected. Raul explained Randall probably thought he could overpower him by going hard from the beginning. That was a mistake. Josh has already successfully returned from a gate conquest. There's not a single chance of Josh losing this. Josh swung his sword for the first time in the match, catching Roy off guard. Roy struggled to block it, and the force of the blow pushed him back. Undeterred, Josh rushed forward, declaring blocking isn't fun anymore. "Let's do this for real now, Mr. Noble." As Josh attacked again, Roy managed to block the strike. Then, Josh attempted to land a punch, but Roy quickly jumped backward to evade his fist. Roy stated, "You damn mercenary, he dare use his fists in a place to exhibit sword skill? Do he think this is some sort of a street fight?" Josh and Roy swung their swords at each other, that meeting their match. Josh retorted, "What do he think real combat is? There's no honor in real combat. He was the one who tried to kill him. Surrender if he is scared." But Roy shouted back, "He will make him shut that mouth." He launched an attack that Josh successfully blocked. The crowd became excited and started shouting, "There he is, Randall's son isn't that bad after all. Now this is getting fun." Philip remarked, "He's persistent, unlike other Randalls." Raul stated that's probably why he's known as a rookie. However, persistence isn't enough to beat Josh. In the meantime, Josh seizes Roy by the neck and delivers a headbutt, causing Roy to stagger backward. Roy asked what was that? Josh replied, "Sometimes he has to use his head in real combat. Remember that." Roy stated, "No wonder, you are from the streets. He used dirty tricks. This isn't for mercenaries like him, but he will have to use this. Since he have insulted him so much, he has no reason to hide." Josh think there it is, Randall's shooting star. A lot of renowned knights of the kingdom lost to that skill, but his will be much stronger since he's the rookie. Can he block it? Roy rushed forward exclaiming he will obliterate him. Think of it as an honor to die by a Randall's sword. Josh think it's different. It is fast and threatening. But compared to what he have experienced during his time with the first knight, this is nothing. Josh surged forward, landing a decisive sword strike, defeating Roy. The crowd was in surprise, while Raul stood confidently, wearing a smile. Josh exclaimed, "Peasant this, peasant that, he talked too much. Did he not understand him? It doesn't matter if he is noble or a peasant. In real combat, strength matters." The referee then announced, "Victory goes to the first knight." This video comprises all the chapters released until today. Notification for the upcoming parts. The 14th part of this manhwa concludes here. The 15th part will be shared once there are at least 3 to 4 new chapters released. To show your support for the channel and help speed up the release of recaps for your favorite manhwa, please consider giving a super thanks. Catch you in the next episode.